No universe is perfect. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 annoying things about cinematic universes.
Whoa, you're the Avengers! What are you guys doing here?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the things that bug people about large, interconnected film franchises, as well as the films that aspire to be part of one. Number 10, the TV spin-offs never seem to affect the movies.
Asgardians are aliens from another planet that visited us thousands of years ago.
Or more.
And because we couldn't understand aliens, we thought they were gods.
That's where our Norse mythology comes from.
Cinematic universes are, as their name implies, vast, and sometimes that scope includes properties on both the silver and small screens. However, despite many of the events in the films influencing those on the television shows, the reverse is rarely seen. Characters introduced on TV have a negligible chance of appearing on the big screen, which is a shame, since many of them are every bit as entertaining and worthy as those in the films. This can be frustrating for fans of TV spin-offs, since it often feels as though the small screen stories are secondary or disconnected from their movie parents.
Who are you people?
Number 9, the crossovers are predictable.
What have I to fear?
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves, sort of like a team. Earth's mightiest heroes.
Cinematic universes naturally need to feature movies or series that act as larger crossover events for their various subseries, but so far most can be divided into two categories: stories where the characters team up, or where the characters fight each other. While the two are far from mutually exclusive, it does seem like a pretty limited field of options as far as stories go. Why not have two stories in parallel, and then have them collide at the end? That's just one more possibility, and there's bound to be many more that could and should be explored and experimented with.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Number 8, when they reboot and start over.
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it.
Reboots are a played-out trend that Hollywood will keep doing until it stops making money, and cinematic universes have seen their share. Oftentimes, reboots will occur so as to introduce a character into a cinematic universe who had previously been absent from it, for whatever reason. In other cases, reboots are done to set up entire cinematic universes. Whatever their reason, reboots, while necessary in some cases, can lead to franchise fatigue, as seeing the same characters and concepts for the umpteenth time in a slightly different way can sour us on what would otherwise be something enjoyable.
Hey! You're that Spider guy on YouTube, right? Call me Spider-Man! Okay, Spider-Man! Don't flip! Yeah!
Not bad!
Number 7, waiting for post-credit scenes.
Who the hell are you?
Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
Ever since Marvel started doing them, cinematic universes have usually featured scenes after or during the credits of their films. While this isn't a problem while watching them once they've been released onto home video formats, since the scenes can simply be fast-forwarded to, the wait can feel like an eternity in the theater. Particularly since most films these days have more visual effects crew members to credit than the population of some small towns. Some films alleviate this by having visually interesting credits, but they're few and far between. Worst of all, though, is waiting for a scene that's disappointing, or when there isn't one at all.
Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Number 6, plot holes. One problem with creating an interconnected universe of films and shows is that many challenges could probably be fixed just by picking up the phone and asking a certain somebody for help. Oh, you're in trouble with a bad guy? Sure, I can help. Boom, done. At best, these discrepancies are given lip service, with someone stating that so-and-so can help because they're on a remote location or one of several other go-to excuses. Most of the time, though, it's not brought up at all, and the protagonists are on their own.
My name is Tony Stark, and I'm not afraid of you.
Number 5, too many characters.
It's physics.
Physics.
Right, so if I lift it, I then rule Asgard?
Yes, of course.
A cinematic universe means a proverbial universe worth of characters. With how large they can get and how fast they can expand, it's easy for a lot of characters to get lost in the mix, particularly for casual audiences.
Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
In addition, having so many characters can make it difficult to give every character the screen time they deserve or even require. This has led to some characters that could or should receive spin-offs of their own not receiving them, which can be especially irksome for some fans.
I know you know a lot of super people, so thanks for thanking of me.
Number 4, they're just copying the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yep, it's the elephant in the room. Every other cinematic universe is only being made because of the MCU. It seems like every franchise these days wants to be one, and it's hardly surprising. given how successful Marvel became in less than 10 years, is it any wonder that other studios have started imitating their business model? Thus far, none of the nascent cinematic universes have quite matched Marvel's consistent quality and success, but it may only be a matter of time before one of them figures it out. Number 3. You basically need to watch every movie.
Thank you, Captain. I'm pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but whatever. I have to show these videos. It's required by the state. Let's do it.
Although most cinematic universes feature films that more or less stand alone, as they get larger, their interconnectedness increases as well, which means audiences almost need to watch every film to have context for what's going on and who's who. From a marketing perspective, this is part of what makes them so profitable. However, as a viewer, it can be frustrating to want to see a film starring a favorite character and then be confused when a different character that we don't recognize appears or something happens for reasons we don't understand, making it less impactful. Supplemental viewing is a relatively new phenomenon to film, and we are still getting used to it.
Well, we got everything nowadays. We got a guy who jumps, we got a guy who swings, we got a guy who crawls up the walls. You gotta be more specific. And he's like, I'm looking for a guy that shrinks.
Number 2, too much setup. One of the most crucial mistakes the people behind cinematic universes can make is focusing too heavily on setting up more films. Sprinkled teases and gradual build-up are fine, as long as it's secondary to the plot of the film.
My name is Jekyll. Dr. Henry Jekyll.
However, when it feels like the filmmakers are trying to sell us the next film before they've even sold us the one we're watching, that can be a huge downer on any cinema experience. First and foremost, studios need to focus on quality, and then quantity will follow naturally.
Wake up!
Number 1, the studios rush the movies out.
We got this.
I'm not asking, bruh.
One of the biggest reasons for the previous entry is that studios are in a hurry to rush movies out. Every other studio is in a hurry to catch up to Marvel, which has had a big head start on the rest. Films are cobbled together with rushed scripts and often feature setup for further films, about as unsubtle as whatever that Flash cameo was in Suicide Squad. Marvel created a successful cinematic universe by building a foundation of solid films, and then combining them in crossovers. Skipping ahead and hurrying things only results in subpar films that don't hold up as well.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Stop!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.